and here we are for another episode of Playing as Gods and Goddesses, where we create worlds, we create towns, we create lives, and we give these people homes. Places to be, things to do, jobs to have. This is what we do. And we're currently doing it with the Trollord Games Castle Keeper's Guide. 12 maps of various sizes, all representing different stages, different aspects of a settlement, going from a thorp, a hamlet, all the way up into a metropolis with everything in between, including towers, keeps, and Motte and Bailey castles, you name it. And we're drawing it all on one canvas. Why? Because we can, and it's going to look super sexy instead of 12 separate maps. And we left this a stream ago, drawing the village, and it's beginning to take shape. So today we're working on the village a little bit more. Our objective is to finish the building shapes of the quadrant right above me there, let's call it the northwest, and then start to actually do a little bit of roof details. Maybe we'll even draw in some hedgerows, that type of thing. So that's what we're going to be working on tonight. We're just going to be chilling. The stream's going to be about an hour and a half, 2 hours, thereabouts. So kick up a chair, look at these lives we're about to mess with, and come up with ways that we can make them a little bit better. Maybe an outhouse. Maybe we'll move their house away from the tannery. So we will, let's just make sure all our audio levels are good. I'm liking it. All right. So let's jump into, let's just keep this nice and simple. Buildings, right here. Let's make sure we're on the right layer. I have a sketch layer, that's the pale grey. That gives me the approximate location where I want these buildings. And then we have the actual ink layer where I tend to do all my inking, and then we'll come back and we're going to colour this bad boy. And we're just going to make sure, yeah, we're about 8 pixels for the weight of the brush. So let's do it. Let's start off nice and easy. Actually, I just worked out too. My hand is shaking. Probably not the best to jump straight from a workout into a shower into drawing, right? But I'm not doing roof detail yet, but let's just give us a little something to play with later on. Maybe we'll make this a thatch roof right here. And I think these guys maybe share an outhouse. What do you think? Because they're pretty far from the river. Mix this up a little bit. Let's make this chimney actually right in the edge of the roof here, rather than the outside of the wall. Right, we'll come back in with roof detail in a moment. This guy, maybe we'll offset this dude just a little bit off the road. What do you think? We'll give this guy a shed. Like somewhere to cover his cart or something like that. Front of the house. Maybe we'll give him some steps later on. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him another chimney right at the back here. Like he's got a separate kitchen or something. Hey, Madam Jen is here. Shadows. Good to see you, Jen. Are you home yet? Are you still bombing around the world? Where are you at? And Princess Striker is here. Princess, come on, don't put my balls over this. What the hell, you come into the channel and say, hey, what happened to Tuesday? Come on. I even posted on my Facebook wall why I wasn't going to be able to stream yesterday. Knowing that you were going to come into the channel wondering what the hell was up. Come on. You got to give me a little bit of a break, girl. You know what? I'm going to re-explain. The day job, okay? The day job shat all over yesterday. If you want to take that out on me, take that out on me, okay? I was mad about it. I don't have any say in it. When the day job does the day job thing and says, you're working until this is done. Sue me, girl. I mean, come on. I want to check these building sizes. I want to make sure I'm not... No, that's about right. I mean, they're a little on the larger side than some of our smaller ones, but that's okay. This is a bustling little village. This is okay. Yeah, and you're not throwing this table. This table's too heavy, especially with all of the iron pipes and shit now that are part of the shelving. My day job is in software development. I'm a technology director. And for the most part, you know, I work more than 40 hours a week, okay? All the time. I never work less than 45 hours a week. But for the most part, I mean, it's fine. You know, the occasional weekend or the occasional evening or the occasional late night, it's not too bad. But when you have, like, a technology team that is behind schedule, I become responsible for it. And so it's a case of, you gotta work until this is done. It happens rarely, but it happened last night. And it's like, I was mad. I mean, I was mad. But, so what was I doing yesterday? I was working, but I wasn't working creating maps. Which sucks, but it is what it is. And again, it doesn't happen too often. So I gotta be grateful, really, that I've even got a job, right? I'm going to come over here to the farm. I'm going to come right over here to this guy, and I'm going to work my way back into town. Cave Geek! Tuesdays on the docket with the Twitch schedule? I'll take a look at that. I'll take a look at that. In fact, no I won't. I will get my social media guy to take a look at that for me, because he starts tomorrow. How you been doing, Cave? I know you've been streaming, but I haven't heard much from you. I guess you've been PMing me and stuff, right? We haven't done much talking recently. How have you been? Yeah, if Tuesdays isn't on the schedule, then hey, I'm not going to apologize for not being here yesterday. Twitch has got this new scheduler thing, which is kind of cool. It's good, but it also lacks some fluidity, flexibility. So I probably took Tuesday off the docket for 1 week, and it stayed off the docket because I don't think you can front load it. That's just it. I don't think you can be jobless, right? Because you're always churning out stuff anyway for your store and stuff. How come the commission got cancelled? Or put back? What up with that? Come on, Kate, you can put a head on my shoulder, my fan. You can cry. You can cry into my shoulder here about the big bad commission, man. Oh. What happened there? Maybe I'll even give him a good talking too, okay? Just for you. I forgot to give this guy an outhouse. Oh, and a chimney. Forgot to give him a bloody chimney. That's not going to go very far, is it? Life stuff. Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. There's got to be a hell of a lot of that going around right now. Oh, Princess, you need to remind me. I get so busy at work. You need to remind me about tomorrow, please. If you think on, please PM me. Either during the day or just before I'm going to get streaming. And remind me that it's song day. Because I will actually make a big hoot out of that, okay? I will make sure it's in the title and everything. I will forget. I appreciate that, girl. I really do. Alright, this is not taking too long. Not looking too shabby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 more buildings to draw. Then we'll start on the details. I think it looks pretty. I think it looks pretty. You know what I should do for Patreons? Is I should draw hamlets, thorps, villages, just variations of them all of the time, and even make them like geomorphs so they can be put together for larger things. I should do that. Once or twice a month I should just dedicate to that type of thing. Cave, there's going to be a Kickstarter? Tell us about it. Jesus, why can't I not draw a straight line here? What am I doing wrong? That's going to be the Avery Princess. I think that's a nice little corner right here. Nice little open field. 15-minute hamlet worn up. I'm not sure. Like, this hamlet here, that took about 4 hours. Which is pretty quick for me. That one probably took about 4 hours. Maybe 3. So I'm not. I would have to motor, but maybe that's not a bad idea. See how far I get in like an hour or half an hour. Do that every stream. Just warm up. I feel you. I don't do good at speed mapping. I really don't. I don't do good at basic sketches either. I wish I did. Like the maps I used to do, like 20, 30 years ago. Like a whole town would be done in 16 hours because I used to time myself. I can't do that nowadays. It's like I get too mired down in the details. I think it might be good practice for me actually to speed map more of a basic but quicker to the end result. That could be good for me because I am getting very mired in detail every map. I mean, it's what makes me me, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to be able to keep that quick sketch muscle exercised. What, these guys? don't think there's really particularly anything I'm doing special here, though. Anyone could do what I'm doing here. But I feel what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. It'd be kind of cool to actually do 15-minute building, even. A building, a shed, the stable next door, you know, the workhouse. I just build up a library of little buildings. That'd be cool. Anyway, you didn't answer me. What happened? What's with the Kickstarter? What's going on with the Kickstarter? You selling prints? What are you doing? A bathhouse. A bathhouse in a village? No, not yet. We'll do the bathhouse when we hit town, okay? That would be appropriate. I think it's not a village. I think it gives the wrong feel, but definitely town. Oh, Flavor Text Kickstarter. You told me about that one. The Doy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I remember now. Sometimes you just gotta prompt me to get those little synapses going. Like, it's like, oh yeah, I remember. I think that house is big. That is a big freaking house. Might be too big. I'm gonna leave it, but I need to be careful. I'm following my sketch too much. Buildings need to be smaller. You know what? That guy's got indoor plumbing. So no outhouse for him. And maybe that guy too. Oh, that noble dwarf sped up version. Honestly, I think that was the greatest thing I've watched in a long time. It was awesome. It was awesome. I would love to see Noble Dwarf do another one of them. In theory, I could do it myself, right? I actually, yeah. Maybe I could even get Pex to do it. If I have all of the parts of a map. All of the videos. See how Pex join these together for me. Good job, Princess Drago. Starting the evening strong, I see. Alright, this big house right here. I think I'm gonna give this guy like a very grandiose path coming up to his house. This guy's gotta have a bit of money, right? This guy has gotta own some of the farms in the area. Maybe he's a little bit of a merchant dude. I kind of want to put a little building on the end of this too, or something. Like maybe some interior farms or gardens. Like what's that road leading to? It's got to be leading to something. It has to be. What am I gonna put here? I think this little tree has grown. Yeah, okay, so oh, where's my church? Where's my church? Oh, it's there. Okay. Okay. Alright, so you come into town. There's a little road off to the left that's heading off to some buildings, maybe on some rolling hills. And as you're going down that road, there's a long country lane to your right. And there's a smattering of small buildings to your left and to your right, and the country lane goes on. I guess it goes on to just a regular building. It wouldn't be a shop or anything, that'd be out of the way. What's it going on towards? He's got a little bit of land here. So what is here? That's my question. We already have like a little horse corral. Do we make him, do we do it like a pig farmer or a sheep farmer or something there? Llama farmer? Wickham tablet is picking up on my hand and picking the pen off the paper. Like right there, right there. I think we're gonna do something special here. I guess like that sometimes, Princess, you just gotta chill while we're drawing. I've got 4 more rooftops to do, and then we'll get into a little bit of detailing. Sometimes things are just a little chiller, you know? In fact, I found, because we've been doing this for like over a year now, I found that there is always one evening at least a week that's quieter than some of the others. Even if it's just quiet for the first half, but there's always one evening that's quieter than the others. And there's I'm actually going to go see friends for the first time since COVID hit. We're going to do a social distance meet and greet. We have not seen each other in person for what, 6 months? And these are my D&D buddies. So it's going to probably be a little emotional to actually seeing them and not being able to hug them and shit. You know what? I'm actually not going to put the chimneys there. I'm going to put the chimneys here. Right, I will change this country lane to end here. This guy's got gates. And we'll give him a wall. We'll give him a wall around his property. It's not the largest building, but it's a nice building. Right, let's hit save. So what is special about Greyhawk Khan? I mean, that's obviously a very significant name, but is the entire con just about Greyhawk, or do they branch off into other games, etc.? And is this an in-person con, or is this a virtual con? I'm actually not sure I've even heard of Greyhawk Khan. Why did you not save? Why did you literally not save? 7 pixels, please, sir. There we go. Virtual, okay. That looks like a new tree, because we've not actually drawn this out before. Do I want a tree there? That's the billion-dollar question. Well, let's see. Let's see how we feel. I'm actually feeling starting at the graveyard. Now I've got a small miscalculation here. Can anyone tell me what it is? It's like we've got too many roads and not enough buildings. It's like, okay, so this road here, right? That road is clearly going down to a house with plenty of gardens. It's almost like a small farm, right on. It's not going to the graveyard. There's another road for that. So where else is it going? Where is that road actually going to? I think we need to place another house here. With a large barn. Orchard. Orchard. There it is. There it is. Absolutely feeling it. Absolutely feeling it. Let's put him off. Yeah, we're gonna make him a little bit secluded and not following the angles of anything else around here. We'll make him a little bit larger too. It'll be a nice house. You're gonna have to help me with that acronym. What is C&C? Because it's not chivalry and sorcery. It's not Call of Cthulhu. What is C&C? I feel like it's an acronym that I know. Castles and Crusades. I'm a dope. I'm a dope. Trollord Games. Of course it's Castles and Bloody Crusades. I even own Castles and Bloody Crusades. Tell me how often I've played it. Yeah, I'm making a map for him, literally. No, and it's like, that seems really familiar. Well, duh, the person is paying your wage check right now. They own it. Sorry, Trollord, my bad. I'm terrible though. I am terrible. Like, I can have a good memory on certain things, but my memory is shit for the most part. And I wish it wasn't. I really do wish it wasn't. Like, I will be telling myself things over and over and over, and it just is out. It's gone. Salad and meatball sandwich, not a bad choice, young lady. Yeah, I know. I think I know what Castles and Crusades looks like. Here on Drive-Thru RPG. City and Town Mega Pack. But I'm not drawing for this, because this is already done. But just Castles and Crusades in general. Gotcha. Well, and that was the original Gaxmore, right? The original Gaxmore was Castles and Crusades, right? You tell Zach to shut his mouth. Zach should be happy that the first thing I thought about was swords and wizardry or whatever. I've actually never played Castles and Crusades. I'm sorry to admit it, but it's true. Alright, what's the best way of me doing this here? What are we doing here? We're gonna have some nice orchard and shit. What am I doing here? Well, I think we're gonna make our bush a little smaller for starters. I know it's spelled differently. I know. No, I know. I was running through the options in my head, and yes, that would not be a good option. But I discounted it in my defense very quickly. You know, my brain actually wanted... It really, really wanted to make it be chivalry and sorcery. That's where my brain kept wanting to do it. But I was like, no, because there's an... And see, and Call of Cthulhu, I mentioned Call of Cthulhu, but then of course it's COC, and that didn't fit. I'm gonna try something with this brush at this scale. Am I? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna actually drop this to a 2, but no pen pressure. I want to try and get this harsh blackness that we've got right there. Just on this teeny tiny scale. Oh, Jen, if you're still here, or maybe Zach can even hear me, I discovered in Beat Saber tonight the 90-degree mode and the 360 mode. I didn't even know what they were. I had so much fun. I don't know if this is going to have a hedgerow the whole way. That seems a little excessive. That seems excessive. We'll kind of do it part of the way. But then sort of peter out, right? And it just becomes more of a dirt track. He would like you to answer him in VR when he calls. Well, okay, so there's several reasons why I don't answer Zach when he calls in VR. First and foremost, I've only ever noticed it once, because I'm really not used to it. I'm not even sure I'm seeing the notifications. I've only seen it once. Secondly, Jack and I use the same headset, so it could equally be Jack that's using it when he calls and not me. Thirdly, I'm not playing against Zach in Beat Saber. I am not doing it until I get better. Zach is a small god in the Beat Saber world. He's been playing it for bloody years. I've seen his scores. He boasts about them almost daily. I am not going to take this puny body of mine and pitch it against the might that is Zach Blazer in Beat Saber. I'm just not going to do it until I feel better. Now, what I will do is we can exchange 2 songs, one of his, one of mine. We can have X amount of time for each of us to practice, and then I will go versus mode or whatever it is that he wants to do. I will do that. In fact, I'm even willing to stream it and have me on camera and stream the thing at the same time of me and Zach playing Beat Saber together. But I need to know, I'm not going to have him sort of surprise me and then beat me into fucking submission just so he can feel really good like a peacock with his tail out. No. He would demolish me, and he knows it. Alright, well, and so we could do that. We definitely do that. But so here's the deal. Typically, when I put my VR headset on, it's after a day at work and I'm working out. I've actually found that getting in VR and working out is a great brain reset for me. Like, huge. It's like night and day. I sometimes do it even during the day while I'm at work just to reset my brain. And so while I would love to just sit, look at The Office, virtual, I genuinely mean from the bottom of my heart, I would love to do that. I typically would love to try and schedule it. Or, like, so it's not falling in my exercise time. Honestly, that's it. And I swear, I've only seen 1 notification from him. 1. I saw he was online today when I got online, but I didn't see a call come in, and I mean that. And it may be that I'm honestly and genuinely just missing something. Like in the interface. Because like I say, even today, I only discovered the 90 degree and the 360 mode today. So I could very easily be missing something. I've definitely not seen a call come in. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, okay? He's the one that got us into this, after all. Alright, we're gonna come back into the graveyard. Maybe, well, you know, at this scale. Well, you know, maybe we'll make the mausoleum a little bit bigger or something. I don't know how much more there would be in here. Visible, like such a small print. All right, well let's bring this down here. Come on, baby, come on. Your monster's gonna grow. Alright, so this will be where the orchard's at. That side. That's going to be an impressive property. We'll get rows and rows of trees, nicely brightly coloured, and shrubs and bushes and shit like that. Let's finish this guy's farm here. But let's actually lighten up the brush. Let's change these. That's very nice. Okay. Hedgerow. No, you know what? This guy's got fence. He's got this serious fence going on. We're gonna extend the fence out, I think. He has a miniature game that he can show in VR. Really? Alright, so he has me curious now. I actually don't know how the whole call thing works in VR. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Because, like, did he call tonight, for example? Because if he did, I didn't see anything. So that's first and foremost. I think I've got to figure out where these notifications are going to come in. And then typically around, I want to say around 4 o'clock Pacific time, almost every evening I'm in there. And if we can figure out how to connect, if I can figure out how to connect, then I'd love to see it. I'd love to see this miniature game in VR. You got the new D&D board game in the mail today. I did not know there was a new D&D board game in the mail. Alright, so this guy's got some property as well, so I feel like I should make the orchard property line kind of... Why won't you rotate? Yeah, maybe... Well, maybe we bring it kind of up the side of this dude's house and then snake it across. Maybe we just, like, kind of curve it like this. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. There's a big banner that comes across, he says, when it shows you two are on. Really? I have not seen a big banner across the top. I certainly haven't seen a big banner like with a call coming in or anything. Aye. Aye. Now, put to one side the fact that it may not actually be me in VR. Tell him to call, or like, you know, the next time he sees one of us on, to ping us, and even if I'm doing something, I'll stop and I'll check it out, okay? But I've got, if it's during the day, I'm typically taking a break between meetings and resetting my brain. And if I'm on during the day, it's because I'm pissed. It's because someone at work has pissed me off, and I'm trying to distract myself. So tell them to do it in the evening. I don't even, how would he even talk to me? I guess this is the thing, how would he even communicate with me? I'm very puzzled by the whole thing. Alright. So I think my objective, I should be actually doing roof details, shouldn't I? Now, I'm going to continue with our fencing and everything, because I think it adds a huge amount. Let's get our farm shapes and everything done, and then we can come back in and we can be doing our roof details. Let's do that. I'm kind of feeling that. I don't know what's going on with this dude. I really don't. It's like he's just like, hello. Like, what is it? What is his game? Is it just like another extension from this dude's house right here? And there's no path leading to them. So we're going to have to create one, aren't we? I feel like another road here would be overkill. It's like too many roads. Even if it's just a dirt track. Would they not want something a little bit more direct? Even if it just snakes past here? Especially if it's a dirt track, right? There's an auctioneer where the auctioneer lives. I didn't know we had an auctioneer, but sure. Maybe a small path from those two trees to the house. The only problem with Twitch is I don't know which two trees you're talking about or which house. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's even something we can draw in with colouring later. So we'll figure it out. Alright, so what are we doing? What are we doing? We are doing fencing and such. I don't think I would necessarily rule out the property on the left being a auction house. I mean, that's just a thing. What are a lot of these buildings? I mean, some of them we decide, and some of them it's kind of open. If you see auction house, young lady, then it's an auction house. Jack communicates with me via little tiny notes, and I have to pick the ones to try and form an entire conversation. Right, not everyone has a fence or anything going around their property, but I want to try and actually get a little bit of it in, because it's going to make the village feel like a little bit of a quilt work. We'll have all of these different colours and textures going on, and it will feel like this country village. It will feel good. It's kind of like where people have marked off, you know, their little bit of turf. I think it shows a level of maturity in this little thorp come hamlet come village. I don't know why I'm getting distracted drawing ground colour right now, but cheers, everyone. Time check. It is 6:28. We've been streaming for 1 hour. I'm going to go for another half hour. We're definitely going to go for another half hour. I want to get some more fencing and everything drawn in here. But yeah, auction house. I mean, if that's where you see it, then that's where you see it. What I love about maps is, and I mean this genuinely, what I love about maps is a lot of the time it's really, you start to see the stories, right? And the buildings and who lives there and what's your occupation, yourself. It becomes part of the narrative. And I think a good map should do that. And yeah, I mean, I tend to lean a little bit towards Alex Fiction in that my head, my interpretation is if there was an auction house, and I actually hadn't even considered the idea, then I think I would put it closer to the main square over here. I could see that. And I could actually see, you know, one of these buildings here actually becoming a little bit more major. Maybe, you know, we've got the mayor or someone lives there. But I could see one of these a little closer, you know. I actually started to see this guy as like the mayor's house. But that's just what I see, right? And again, that's the beautiful thing about maps. It's like we all see different things. We all see different stories in here. That's a beautiful thing. Honestly, and that's what I want in my maps. You know, I want you to be able to look at one of my maps and just start seeing your stories. Alright, I'm gonna do this hill a little bit here and kind of see where that leads us. I think I've got the right brush for this. Yep. I don't think I'm going to put a house on top of the hill. I kind of want to have this as a little rocky, this area. So it's not going to actually have farms and everything in it. But I do think that we could throw some goats or something up here. You know, have one of these guys be a little bit of a goat herder. But I was also considering that for over here, so... Oh, no. He is actually a prospector. Yeah, let's keep that to the prospecting side. So I think we will make, like, one of these a little bit of a goat herder. There's just fucking goats walking all over the bloody place. Which is why our orchard here is actually fenced off the whole goddamn thing, because goats kept getting in stories. I will draw some little goats on the map. I think we could have this area be for little kids to play and everything. There you go, young lady. There you go. Alright, don't get sucked into the ground detail fading. That's not what this is about. Can't help myself. I cannot help myself. After you. I'll look after you. Come on. Okay, so we're actually gonna give this guy a proper boat and everything. Remember that he is the ferryman. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna be adding carts and stuff. But let's do, like, how much actual fencing do I want to do? I think I'm gonna keep the fencing around farms and closer to the village, so it has this sort of almost evolving spread to it, right? So the further you are away, the more it gets into country lanes and stuff, the less you're getting hedges and things. It's more rough and tumble, maybe it's just a dirt track. But the closer into town you get, the more organized it gets. You start getting your fences, your hedges, your walls, but you start getting people fencing off their property a little bit more, you know. So I think that's what we're gonna do, and then it'll kind of just peter out unless it's a farm. So, and I keep wanting to actually do ground details. My brain just keeps wanting to do it, like it wants to work on the orchard. But I don't want to sort of sidetrack myself, and I am sidetracking myself. Yeah, you see, so a good example is, like, why would the ferryman give himself a fence, right? Because he's got a hill in his backyard there. He's just got this, like, dirt path leading there. And maybe there's a lot of carts that come and go. Maybe even fences could actually be a hindrance to that. So, no fence for him. And that's kind of where my head's at. You know, screw it. I think we're gonna work on. I'm gonna force. No. I don't feel working on this zone right now. I feel like working here. So you know what? We're gonna work on the zone that I'm feeling. I think that's what we're gonna do. And we're just gonna go across the map and we're gonna keep nudging it. And it's gonna take probably a few sessions to finish this one, but that's okay. That's okay, right? Is the climate right for citrus? Actually, I don't know, because the deliverable for this project was, here's a list of 12 maps, go. I don't even know if all 12 maps are actually meant to be in the middle of the Mediterranean. I was thinking about keeping it our standard, sort of high fantasy, European feel. But that's only knowing Castles and Crusades. But I actually don't know. Let's just say we can have it any way we want it. Okay? If we want some citrus trees, we'll do some citrus trees. Bloody kids steal my apples. Are you sure it's a kid? Yes, I saw 3 of them going off with a basket load. Can you describe any of them? Short, mousy brown curly hair. Bloody urchin wasn't wearing any shoes. Okay, sir, I'll see about it. Goes to local halflings. I see where this is going. Stop stealing Farmer Murphy's orchard or you're cleaning the tannery. See, there's a story. There's a story. I love it. I love it. I think the more we can inject a story into my maps, the more I enjoy them. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the key for me. It's like, did we not have incredible fun with Teagle creating stories? Like every single individual little room. I mean, that's what it's all about. Am I doing this right? I don't feel like I am. Something feels off, but I'm going. What is this? This is going to be like a centimeter across on a map at print size. Not even there. Why I'm pulling out the metric system, I don't know. It just came out. I guess it just can't get rid of it. Oh, you see, that looks nice. Just a little bit of texturing, a little bit of something. It takes it such a long way. I want to keep the thatch alive and well in this place. But I don't want to overdo it. Really nice. Really nice. So are we giving it a thumbs up for citrus trees? Are we giving it a little bit of a thumbs up? Get some yellow dots and orange dots in these trees. Is that what we're thinking? Why not, indeed? Why not? You know, this map's going to have plenty of green. So I think that would be one good way to differentiate the orchard from the surrounding farms and the likes, because they're going to have this bright colour going on to them. So let's do it. And I think, to me, a lot of creating a nice map is just having a good feel, and part of that good feel is a level of diversity without it going too far, like less is more and all the rest of it, right? But get some contrasts in there. Contrasts are good. I use it in my miniature painting, and I use it here. Contrast of texture, contrast of color. So if we've got like all of these guys surrounding, and it's like they're going to be pretty heavily green. Even the graveyard, it might have a little bit of stone going on, but the graveyard will be fairly green. This guy in his backyard will be fairly green. Like these guys, this big huge tree is going to be fairly green. So having this splotch of color in here that's got some like yellow and orange going on, it'll pop, you know, it'll pop off the map, and visually it'll be engaging. And yeah, who's to say Citrus in a Fantasy World didn't evolve in a cooler climate? That's 100% right. 100% right. I think so. That goes to one of my things about fantasy maps. It's like you can break rules, but the more of the break from reality it is, the more you have to explain it, and the more that the brain visually, you'll look at it and go, what? I'll give you an example. A straight river, or a river that has a very sharp angle to it. The brain is going to be drawn to that. A river that goes uphill. If I drew that, you could say fantasy and all the rest of it, but the brain will see it. The brain will want to argue against it. So there has to be a good reason for it, like it's a canal or whatever, right? Canal with locks going up the hill. What the fuck are you talking about? Or it's magic. But the more minor that you break, I don't think the brain even registers. And yeah, drawing citrus trees on this map, it will be a nice colour, and the brain will just accept it, and it'll be fine. And yes, who's to say that that couldn't actually happen? 100%. 100%. An apiary. What the fuck is an apiary? I'm revealing my ignorance on that one. Let's do it. What is apiary? Oh, bees! Of course it bloody is. Of course. I used to have a friend with bees. I should know that. I'm having a real dumb moment tonight. Okay, no, I like it. I like it. Yeah, absolutely we're gonna do that. You know, this would be another thing that we could colour these tops in a nice bright colour. Why am I doing that little kick right there? Why am I doing that? Hey man, I'm nothing if not honest, okay? And I have dumb moments, I really do. And I will admit it. And I will put this video on YouTube regardless, where the whole world will know what a dumbo I am. At least on certain things. 16 beehives. That's enough, right? That's a serious little beehive thing. Apiary. Up here for thinking, down there for dancing. Actually, they would have an apiary type of thing here, wouldn't they? Pollination and all the rest of it. And then, like, the honey is actually, you know, citrus honey or whatever. I love it. What a great idea. I'm gonna give a little shed near this. yeah, David, be glass. If you put nails in your roofs, you need some bees in. Alright, fair. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. We're probably going to stream for about another 20 minutes, thereabouts. We're having some fun here. Whenever don't we have fun, huh? No, let's not do that one. This is good. I kind of want this place to feel fairly engineered. Planned. Planned is the word I'm looking for. I think everything about it is going to feel planned. Oh yeah, if Cave's streaming, yeah, we'll absolutely do it. We'll absolutely do it. Like, you know, 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, let's just go over, say hi to Cave. Absolutely. That should be long enough for me to finish the orchard here, and that will be a good stopping point. The first orchard I ever went to in real life was actually here in the United States, and it was in Oregon. Oh, I think you were talking about these trees, weren't you, Princess, earlier? I like that. Yeah, I went to an orchard here in Oregon. Like, I went to farms and stuff and fruit picking in England, but it wasn't really an orchard. We're picking fucking rhubarb, you know, it's different. But I came to an orchard here in Oregon and picking peaches. And they were this freaking big. They were so huge. I've never seen peaches like it in my entire life. It was nuts. It was a good experience. Oh, hold on a minute. Undead swarm of bees? Yeah, swarm and undead? Yeah, that would be pretty, that would be gnarly. That would be gnarly. Now you're talking my kind of language. I love swarms, and I love undead. And I like plants, and I like oozes. I mean, you know that from my appearances on Whose Monster Is It Anyway? What am I going to do here? You know what? We're going to have a little bit of planted area. They've got some blueberry bushes or some shit like that they've got going on. That looks kind of nice. And you know, the brush weight has actually carried over quite nicely. I'm okay with that. It looks like it's part of the rest of the drawing that we've done. That's pretty on it. I'm okay with it. What do you think about taking this farm here and actually changing it between iterations so it actually has some crops in it this time? I think we might do that. Show a little bit of crop rotation, you know? Why is it not? Look, rotate, you bastard. Rotate. Alright, we'll do it this way. Let's just do a little tiny thing here. Little tiny mini orchard of something a little bit different. Maybe some nut trees or something like that. I love the apiary idea. I love it. I love it, Jerry. Love it, every minute of it. That's a great idea. What a wonderful thing to take our little thorp and our hamlet into the village, and to see this place growing, and they've got themselves a little apiary going on, got an aviary going on, got an auction house. Alright, let's rotate this. So print size is about that. That's about a page. You know, you just know that Trollord Games are expecting you to have, like, you know, me to just draw some blocks on a piece of, like, paper, so to speak, and, like, just watercolor some background colors in, or something like that. And they'd probably be happy with it, right? But we're doing something that will blow up into, like, a miniature freaking poster here. I mean, look at this. Look at the detail in this bad boy. And, you know, that's what I want. I want people to look at one of my maps and go, Faden did that. And it just to have that hallmark on it. And this map has it. Every single one of these has it. I think this is working. I think this is working. GL says, on the other side of the river, you need to make a spot for the Griffin trainer. The Griffin trainer. World of Warcraft style now. For a village, I don't know. For the town, I think that could be a cert. Our village that we're doing right now, by the way, is kind of here-ish on the town map. The sad thing is, I'm considering a flood damaging most of the village, which is why they actually started moving higher up the hill. Not only because there's a church up there and stuff, but kind of like some kind of disaster drove them up there. Which is kind of sad. I actually get attached to these guys right now. We don't even have names, but we've got dwarves in here, we've got halflings, and I'm actually a little bit sad to wash them away, so I might have to rethink that. In fact, GL, I think it was you that came up with that idea. Hey, a knighthood that uses griffins, man. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's one thing that I loved about Dragonlance, was that they would ride the dragons. To me, it was the first one where, like, dragon riding, it was almost as common as cavalry, you know, it was a thing. And that touched all my buttons, that one. Then I will stick to the plan, sir. I will stick to the plan, and we will wash them away. Poor little bastards. They don't know what's coming. Got their little village going on. They're all happy. It's all growing. And we're about to wash them and their fucking apiary down the river. But the mausoleum will live on. The mausoleum will live on. We're going to have the mausoleum on every size of this map. Nice. Alright, one more roof. One more roof. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to go raid cave. Do I want to do more thatch? I'm going to do more thatch. We're going to go raid cave geek art. And we're going to be back tomorrow night. And we're going to be working on more rooftops. And we're going to be working on more farms and fences and how to rotate this map. There we go. Actually, let me zoom out real quick. Prediction. I think there's 4 more working sessions in this. I think there's 8 more hours of work in this. So I'm gonna predict Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This time next week, before this particular zoom in is done. That's my prediction. Which means that next week we're going to start working on the tower, okay? We'll work on the tower and we'll work on the Mott and Bailey. If you guys and girls have a cool idea for a tower and Mott and Bailey that you think should serve as inspiration, feel free to send it across. A lot of you know me on my various channels. Ping me. Send me a link, send me a picture, and we'll do it. In fact, I'm looking for Mott and Bailey. I'm looking for a tower. I'm looking for a castle. A fortified military camp I've got, because I'm going to make it a Roman one. We're looking for a castle, and I thought we were looking for a major castle, a greater castle. So for greater castle, I was even thinking about copying something like Carnarvon, you know? But yeah, so ideas for castles, greater castles, Mott and Bailey, towers. That will be our next leg that we're gonna get into here. We might insert a little bit of colouring, just a wiggle bit. GL, no one ever does a map with a destructive scenario happening to it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Alex Vixen, one of my worlds has a town with a cavalry order of my version of kobolds. They all use leather armor and hardened wooden lances, mainly because of their chosen mounts. Rust monsters. Dude. Alex, I gotta be honest with you, you've got a nice imagination. You know, it is firing on overtime. I like it. Okay, so, you know, that's a great question. GL just asked, am I thinking about doing a side view? I wasn't thinking about it, but here's the deal. I'm not sure that a top-down tower is going to be interesting. So that's a really freaking solid question. But I also don't want to get sucked into doing an isometric greater fortress, you know what I'm saying? We'll be here forever. So, what are your thoughts? How do you think we should handle this when it comes to a tower? I mean, everything's going to be top down. This entire thing is going to be top down. So how do we do a tower where it's suddenly isometric, or we do top down so that's consistent but it's interesting? How do we do that? I would like to keep it consistent. Like, every map on this canvas is top down, every single one. And I think we should say that is our style, right? That's our brand style for this project. So I'm leaning towards top down, but I can't imagine a tower right now that isn't just going to look as boring as freaking molasses. Side view, I think, would. I mean, just do we literally, not even isometric, do we literally do like a side view type of deal, like with a cutaway and shit? Do we do that with showing the floors and maybe like we've got like the rock walls? Do we do that? That would be fun. It'd be the only map doing that. I mean, we could do the Mott and Bailey that way, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. But we could do the Mott and Bailey sort of that way too, you know. Would that look odd? And then this would be side, this would be side, this would be top, because of the fortified sort of military camp aspect of it. What do you think? Alright, we'll try side views on them. That will make actually the drawing of it way more interesting. And we'll be able to show the multiple floors, the shape of the tower. Maybe do that tower that Alex Vixen was talking about, I think it was last week. That tower type. Alright, let's do it. I'm gonna actually start the countdown here. The block, that's the one. Raid Cave Geek Art. There we go. Alright, so this is where we're gonna wrap it for tonight. Tomorrow night we're gonna come back, we're gonna keep adding the detail to this. Roofs, gardens, fences, oh my, all over, and it's gonna look so good. You can see the heart of it. It's looking fantastic. Stick with me for just a couple more minutes. We're gonna raid a guy called Cave Geek Art. He's an awesome human being. Let's go say hi to him. He is a cave painter with his hands bone on leather, so he's a common barbarian, but he's a good barbarian. He's one of the good ones. So let's go raid him. Let's come back tomorrow night. We're gonna continue this. I love the ideas that you're all giving me. I love you all. We'll be back tomorrow, creating worlds. Until then, everyone have a fantastic one. Let's go say hi to Cave.